I'm back for another art live stream tonight. I was gonna do a game, but next weekend I don't think I'll be able to stream, so I didn't want to, start something that and kind of take a break from it so soon. I'm still working on my schedule for weekdays and for when I could do live streaming on weekday nights. Uh, it'll happen. So right now I'm just gonna do some more art live streams because I quite like them, and they also give me a chance to sit down and really work on these. And this is one I've been meaning to get to for a while now. I sketched this recently, but it's an idea I've wanted to draw for a bit longer than that. And it's just a cute little thing of little comic for friends. Probably might recognize some of these characters because I've drawn them a lot. And that one's mine, so of course I've drawn him a lot. And then the mouse and the dog are belong to a friend. So I was gonna work on that um, for however long I can, and then maybe this other piece for the same friend of some other characters because he has such great characters, and um, design these costumes for them. Well, these kimono for them because they mostly are kind of a vagabond comedy duo. So I decided to kind of draw them as gamblers because why not? I'm kind of seeing like sloppier looks too and anime depictions, and also that one trainer type in trainer class in Generation One and the remakes as well. I think they appeared in Gen 4 as well, but they had a different name, like entirely different name. Yeah, the Gambler class. Well, they were Gambler class in Generation One, and then they were called Gamers in the remakes, and then in Gen 4 they were totally revamped in name and design as being uh, PIs, private investigators, which made sense for the look more so than Gambler, because like the Gambler look like visually when you look at the Gen 4 design for that trainer class, they're just young guys in trench coats, and the only Gambler thing you can really get is that those characters are flipping coins, but other than that, like they could be really anything. So making them, just private investigators wasn't too far of a leap, since that design was pretty malleable in what it could be, uh, but far less ambiguous when it came to the Gen One version, where it's just a guy with a cup, for one of those dice games. Same with the Gen 3, I mean with the Gen 1 remake in Gen 3, where it was carried on that look. So it's kind of hard to kind of spin that in a way. And the game where you go game a chance instead of explicitly gambling, and then PI was just a way to go something different because ever since it's just like a time like with the European games really kind of got hard the censorship when it came to um, gambling in Pokemon games. Why we don't have game corners anymore in the international versions. I mean, I was a big, I didn't, I was a big um, fan of the game corners. Not that I disliked them, I just didn't like them a lot. Uh, 'Cause I didn't like the gambling mini games. They weren't my thing. Um, I did play a bit in Gen 2 to try to get some items, but didn't quite. Well, gambling, so quite a bit of losses there. And then there was they like substituted that out for that horrible what was it called, like Voltorb flip in the Gen 2 remakes and Gen 4, and I couldn't stand that one. That was a really annoying mini game. It sucked because let me see if I get my thing up. Let's close that out. All right, my audio here. Yeah, it is. Okay. Still need to get that second screen. All right. So I know someone's here. I can kind of put that up. Um, what was I going for? Oh yeah, so it was interesting because the Voltorb flip game actually did require strategy until the very end when it just became chance. So you could have, played the game well up into a point and then just lose everything, and it sucked so much. So much for no gambling. Yeah. I don't know if well, I don't know maybe like if you I forgot if you have to pay to play the game with the in-game currency, but because I knew because there were the same kind of prizes as the game corner. I wanted to get a leaf stone, and that was before I knew you can get a leaf stone with the Pokeathlon, which is a much better series of mini games. I like the Pokeathlon a lot. Got me leaf stone, so yeah. So many Pokemon games I want to revisit. I still don't know if they're going to make a Generation 4 remake. The Diamond, Pearl, Platinum games. I mean, canonically, like, that's the next one that they would do. Because at this point, they could, because they're aping on nostalgia for Gen 1. I mean, they've been doing that for the last, well, since always, really. But especially now, after Pokemon Go and the Alola forms in Gen 7 and the Mega Evolutions in Gen 6. I mean, they're really trying to play to that crowd, and it's that's the time when they had the most cultural omnipresence was Gen 1 and a bit of Gen 2, but that's kind of when it started to wane was in Gen 2, and then much more so in Gen 3. So they're playing to what people know, which is cheap and easy way to get views. But Pokemon tends to stay classier than most when it comes to working nostalgia. They try at least put a different spin on it. I should say, just really, and it doesn't always feel great, And there's always the Gen 1ers and all the other names they have. So just really trying to so there's also a possibility they just would remake Gen 1 again, which they certainly could do. And there was a lot of mechanical changes in the game since Gen 3. The shift to Gen 3 and Gen 4 saw that huge one in the physical special split for moves. A lot of people would really want to see Gen 1 on the Switch. And a lot of people would want to see Gen 4 on the Switch too, but probably less people, my guess, really. And the Gen 4 games were certainly popular, but Gen 4 did have a lot of issues, like a lot of really big issues, particularly Diamond and Pearl. Not that they were bad games, but they were games with a lot of shortcomings in design, and I still hold that they'd have to try hard to make a like when it comes to making Pokemon games, you have to try hard to make a Dex that's worse than the Dex for Diamond and Pearl. It was so bad, and they really they changed. So if they do a remake, they wouldn't. I hope to goodness that they take enough liberties when it comes to some of the more aggravating design choices like the bad Dex, some of the regional layout. Certainly when it comes to the absurd amount of what are they called? Oh, HMs you have to use. I mean, the Pokemon Ride feature introduced in Gen 7, does away with HM. So I'm guessing they certainly bring that back if they want to have as many obstacles and waist high fences you need to pass like they originally did in that generation. That they would bring a bunch of Pokemon Ride features for that, like the Pokemon Ride feature for Rock Climb, Defog, all those really annoying environmental hazards that were in the Sinnoh region. Oh, like the mud, the snow. Okay, I forgot. I mean, I haven't played Platinum in quite a while, but the thing I just remember the most vividly from my playthrough was how I hated the trek up to Snow Point City with the blizzards, the snow you just sink into without really like noticing how you felt, like where it was, and then you just had to hit button mash to get out on the direction pad, and the hail from the snow that would constantly hurt your Pokemon and not damage the wild Pokemon because a lot of them were ice types which were immune to the hail effect, and it was just And that wasn't even the end of the game. I was just like the 7th gym leader, just which was a super easy gym, by the way, for me. Because on my team, I had like 3 Pokemon that could just smash through ice types super easy. So, yeah, kind of a huge aggravating drum roll to a bit of a whimper at the end. And then there's a lot of grinding, but you know. And people moan about the experience share, and that's fine. It's fair to moan about that, but for some people who just don't want to have to grind so long, I like the experience share, like how it's been since Gen 6. And you can turn it off if you want. It's fine. I mean, if you want the challenge, just turn it off. Kind of felt like having it on the whole time made my playthrough of Ultra Sun a little too easy, because I was over leveled the whole time. The only exception where I felt like I needed it, and I'm glad I kept it on, was when I got to the boss fight against Necrozma, like the final fight against that legendary, because that's total SNK baloney broken boss, and then like, just with how absurdly high the stats are for that Pokemon. And I want to detail like look on my YouTube. I didn't make a highlight of this, but I feel like I should have. Well, it was kind of a rough thing. I need to go into detail again. My amazing fight against Necrozma in my Pokemon Ultra Sun playthrough, where I mean it was almost a curb stomp battle in Necrozma's favor, but I pulled through. I mean it was oh my goodness. That's one of the things I wish I had. I really wish I had a captured DS4 because that was one heck of a fight. I loved it. Would loved it less if I lost and had to restart so many times, but that time, but I just did one fight against him. Well, shouldn't go like he didn't like non-gender, so I went against that legendary, and I pulled through, and that was a lot thanks to the experience share kind of helping me get to that point, even though compared to everything else I was over level. But that just made that Pokemon battle stand out so much more, and that how broken and unfair it was, unless you really kind of were super lucky. I ended up being super lucky, so even if I didn't have it, even with the experience share stuff, it was still a very hard fight. Like I was stuck with my last Pokemon before I was on my last Pokemon when I won, because it was just like so absurd that even my Pokemon that were close to its level just got one-shotted. So yeah, Necrozma and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon's a cheap fight. I mean, it's not like challenging, but doable. Like the big boss fight in in normal Sun and Moon. Where it was challenging, but you know it was fair enough. Like Pokemon had like the totem power boosts and such, but you could still finish that fight. Like it didn't seem like it was just grossly stacked against you, where you just would get squashed immediately if you didn't, train super hard for it. Or, well, I shouldn't say train super. If you didn't grind a lot beforehand. So yeah, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon are. I don't know if I could say I like them more than Sun and Moon. They're very similar but also different, and they add like a like how they when they used to have, because I haven't done it so well, and they used to have the third installment after the initial two. It does add different things. I mean, it's like largely the same game, but with a lot of bells and whistles added. So it's fine for that. I mean, if you haven't played Sun or Moon, and you haven't played Ultra Sun or Ultra Sun either, I suggest going with Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, since their games are very, very similar, but they kind of just Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon do have objectively more features and more Pokemon in the region you can pick from. So if you haven't played any of Gen 7, I would suggest going first with Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, and then if you can find it on sale, try Sun and Moon, Sun and Moon, or Sun or Moon, whatever. I mean, they're all fine games, so you're gonna have a good time either way. Just know that the also one thing stacked against normal Sun Moon is the intro is a lot longer. I mean, it's still long in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, but it's not as oppressively long. Same with the ending too. Like the ending and the beginning of Sun and Moon is too long. Yep. Keep on clicking the wrong one. Alright. So yeah, I don't know if they're gonna. I mean, I'm guessing now it's just a win when it comes to remaking Gen 4 of Pokemon. So probably will happen. Just don't know when. I mean, they even brought back Team Rocket for Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. So I'm thinking they might have Gen 1 remakes, like another round of Gen 1 remakes. I think it's up their sleeve, but they're not playing that card quite, quite too soon. So that could happen as well. After all, Nintendo loves to sell us games we loved before, just with the added effect of again. So, but I'm in. So you know, love my Pokemon. It's just fun. I like to put together my teams and play the little games and love my little team of darlings. Just have a lot of fun. I already put in. You see, like there's so many layers here already. It's the words to the because it's a comic that's framed in like different scenarios. So, like at the top of each frames, how I have it set up. I could just kind of show it, and you can see my not great handwriting too. Says start sentence with good assistant, and then each frame completes the statement. Like a little phrase up here, and then showing that phrase in action. It's not it's a cute little idea I have. Had a lot of fun with my friend and I, who have a head canon where my character works as the assistant of one of his. So, yeah. Just for some scenes we enjoy and play around. It's always fun. Everything's practice, and it's practice I enjoy. So, hope you like watching. So I've been sketching up a lot of things. I just need to get to coloring them. Like I've been coloring some stuff today, posting here and there, chatting with some people. Really just having a good time this week, and had a really good lunch. Had a grilled chicken salad of really good, tender chicken. So good. Bit of blue cheese dressing. I felt a little. I was super hungry when I had lunch too, because like the wait at the restaurant was longer than I like. So yeah, got good and hungry by the time the food came. I wanted good salad for a while. I love good salads. This was really good salad. Good crisp lettuce, good dressing, tomatoes, bit of egg. Not a fan of red onion, and this one had like some big like red onion rings on it. But it had some strips of red onion here and there, which were good and to get on the fork. I just pushed most of the big red onion circles to the side. Oh, and a tomato, cube tomato, very good. The chicken, of course. That's a really good salad. I ate every bite. Unlike the last salad I had at the restaurant, it wasn't bad, but I just wasn't feeling it, so I brought quite a bit of it home and gave it to someone. This is one restaurant I like going to. That I go to a friend of mine. Um, had a sandwich where like you get the sandwich with chips or small side salad, and normally I try not to eat chips, but if it's cooked chips, then I'm more okay with it than like basic Lay's or generic whatever. Um, I just like the kettle cook because they have with a cooking process, it kind of saturates them with less oil compared to the how they're normally made with like it's like they're put on a conveyor belt and it's kind of fried that way. Anyway, is I had the chips instead because the side salad comes with quite a bit of kale, and not. I shouldn't say I dislike kale. It's just I have to be in the mood for kale because it's a very noticeable taste. And it's not one I like that much. I know it's good for you, but it's just I don't know. I had to be ready for it. I just wanted to really enjoy the sandwich, and the chips, were fine to snack on the side. But the sandwich is what I wanted to focus on, not get distracted by unsatisfying kale taste. I don't know how y'all feel about kale. Anything? Cats have been visiting me. One of them's here now. Don't even heard one of them near the start of the stream. This is one of the different ones. Well, there are two cats. This is the other one. Like if you heard one earlier, that was the other one. That was a different one than the one that's here. Two cats. They're both lovely. They're different personalities and quirks. I need to post pictures of my cats sometime on Instagram. Well, our cats, like shared cats, are not mine, really. Especially one that's we're looking after. So I usually do the dialogue last, but for this one I just did it first. We'll see if it would fit, but only for well, I actually did some of the dialogue already, but not all of it. Drawing that nose from the side is not something I've done very often. I should hardly ever draw this character by profile. Like draw a profile of him. All right. Drawing this remind me how much trouble comics give me. Working with a smaller frame and well, what on paper. Oh, want to tell you about a first that happened this week. Last weekend, President's Day weekend, they had the free trial run weekend event for Overwatch. So I finally tried out Overwatch with a friend of mine. I didn't play any online online matches. Just he and I doing bot matches in practice because I've never played before. So I enjoyed it. I might get it if it's on sale. Because I don't think it'd be a regular game I'd play just to play every now and then with my with pals who play it too. Already, I have some characters I like and some I dislike. The ones I dislike are at this point are just aesthetically. I play as the ones I do like, so I do like how they play. One of my favorites is Zenyatta. I love his look, and I'm very intrigued by his play style, so I want to get better as him. Play as him the most when my friend and I were playing. Also play as Soldier 76, who's the kind of one of the easier characters to pick up and play as. That's why I see in the tutorial. So I play as those two the most during our session. Like to play with Tracer. She looks adorable. I wanted to play as Mei, but I was watching some videos about and people complaining about that character and just how she does things that aggravate enemies and teammates. Ice walls and ice shields. So I could see I wouldn't want to probably wouldn't play as her very often because people would be like, it's another Mei. I mean, that's my guess what could happen because online gaming and such can have a pattern to it. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say that. Well, I mean, like online game can be actually toxic. There are some toxic people out there in online gaming, of course. So, and as a new player, I probably want to be get myself stick out too much and be like new and be playing as a character people have some rough feelings for. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think she's cute. Mei's cute. Very cute design, but just kind of the ice walls and the ice shield just bother people. Oddly enough, I did not play as Genji. If you can believe that. I wanted to, but then I saw it was like a 3-star difficulty. And my friend was like, you probably want to be more advanced to play that character. Which is fair, the difficulty, learning curve like that. Zenyatta had a 3-star difficulty ranking, but I still want to play as him. I just really liked his design. Fun robotic monk. I like that. That's fun to me. Cyborg Ninja. Okay, not hating it. I'm okay with it. Though ninja characters, with the edginess kind of. I've seen a lot of before, so I want to go with something a bit different. But I did play gruff veteran soldier character just because he's easy to play as. So played both sides. Also, Zenyatta just has an adorable personality. And I kind of related to him the most from when I was reading about the characters. But yeah, and it'd be fun to try to get used to a support character. Because a lot of my other plays, I tend to pick characters that are more, offensive oriented or stealth oriented. So I want to play a support role. And he does have decent damage on his own too, just crippling slow mobility and not great defense. But still, I really want to get better. Also want to get Destiny 2. Didn't play Destiny 1, but I don't think I need to play Destiny 1. I heard Destiny 2 has quite a few improvements on the first, so that's on my list as well. I need a replacement for Borderlands until you know the dreamed of Borderlands 3 eventually comes out. Who knows whenever that's gonna happen. I wanna hope it happens someday because that was my series. Love, love, love Borderlands 2. I really enjoyed the pre-sequel, even though some people, you know, didn't. It has its issues, and it does feel a lot like just a really big DLC for Borderlands 2. But I liked it, and then I need to get I still need to play the Tall Tale Tales of the Borderlands games. Not sure how game they are, and because Tall Tale's more interactive story, which I think should have a separate, should be designated separately than a game, just because of how its mechanics are so unique. Corny. Oh, so garbage of hands. Down here? Alright. It's meant to be sandwiches, not burritos. Just a heads up. Passing up the sandwich. Oof. I have a stress in my wrist already. Because I was coloring a couple things this afternoon. want to feel that strain on my thumbs. I need to play games. Kind of curious. I just kind of stopped playing my 360 months ago. Never got Xbox One, and I don't really feel like getting one either. Just not loving my Microsoft games. Not that there's anything wrong with them, it's just not, I haven't been in the mood for their services. I used to care about my gamer score, but now I just another keeping up the Joneses sort of deal, and don't want to have any of that. So I don't know how far I'll get with this one. I just want to make a stream tonight, so probably just get that line, at least get the line arts done for this comic. Or at least almost done, but don't want to do the shading right away. I probably just get that gray layer in. I don't know. So I get the gray layer, then I just might as well start the shading. That doesn't incentivize me to get the shade, like get a lot of shading done, up front. Because before, when I used to save shading towards the end, and it just got very sloppy. Because by the point I was pretty tired with the image, with working on the image at that point. Because I was just doing it straight, so I wanted to get it done. I was like, get it done. So shading is one of my least favorite things to do. It still isn't one of my favorites. Yeah. I still haven't seen Black Panther, but I will sometime. Next weekend or so, I think. This weekend I had other stuff I want to do. One thing I really need to do tomorrow is get a haircut. That's on my to-do list. Gonna make adjustments on this suit jacket. It's not technically a suit, it's just jacket, really. forgot to do the feet on this one, I think. Yeah. Okay. Oh, not sure how great I'm making these slippers look. I need to do the chair too. I'm gonna do everything on him first. Art Brave. What's the most? Oops, sorry about that. I just want to automate calls. That's part of the chair. Now we do the head. This friend of mine posted a really neat comic earlier today, so now I'm really trying to step up my game. He just draws such cool stuff, really creepy stuff. I mean, a lot of people wouldn't be into it, but when it goes softer, it's delightful. I think he's a star. Outside characters aside for himself. Okay. That was his. The characters in the comic are these two guys. That's how they look in his style. I mean, I colored this picture, but he did all the other work, and I colored it for him as a gifty. Yeah, ooh, love those two. Dr. Himmel right here, and Dr. Itka right here. Oh, and my Whoopski student. Like a love. Like a virgin. Sorry, that song am I listening to? All right. I love drawing mice. I need to draw my Wolfsky character as a mouse more often. I need to try drawing him in more cartoon styles. Been trying to get a list of styles to try. Next one I want to try doing is cat dog style. I'll see how distinct I can make that. Cause I have played around with that style before when drawing fan art. Like just one fan art piece so far of that series. Fun show, but it's a polarizing show certainly for the concept. Oh yeah, I just did a second version of this because sorry, but there's like two sketch layers. Is that for this last frame? I drew it too far to the left, so I made another layer where I just scooted it to the right a little bit. Yeah. This is a surprise for my friend, but if he's watching, then it's not really much of a surprise. And I know that. I just, thought, oh, well, here's where you can find out that I'm making a surprise for you. You could watch me do the line art for it, and maybe color and however far I get tonight. Close to being an hour, and probably won't be too long of a stream. See how much further I can go. I guess I want to at least try to get the line art done. Lady. This isn't lady, this is definitely a guy, but don't know. In the chair. I was watching The Amazing World of Gumball today. This episode with one of the lesser showed teachers. Like, I think he only showed up, first showed up in season 3 or 4. It's like the pixelated frog, Mr. Cornet. Like, interesting in that his style looks okay. Because all the characters in that show have style gimmick. His is interesting in that he looks like the other, like Gumball and his family, but his gimmick is that his his outline and mostly his outlines, most notable his outline is pixelated, so he's just so he looks like a pixel art character. Like an animated, it's so he's animated like a drawn character, so but the pixels move along with him. So it looks cool, but also a little off because when you see like that jittering line, because it's like the art style of the character is very similar to that main character's art style. Just he's just animated with pixels. It's like the biggest difference. So it just felt a bit slightly uncanny. And this is also an episode that actually had him in focus. I think it's his only focus episode. Because before that, he just had a cameo bit, or he's like kind of had one scene with another character, with like the other characters. This episode was, he had a central role. And it was an okay episode. I wouldn't say it was a great one or anything. But I like seeing him kind of with that, like his pixel outline kind of constantly moving. It was little distracting. It just felt really out of place next to the other characters he was around, which is odd because the Amazing World Gumball, like everyone has like a quirk in their design. But that one was like a quirk in the animation, particularly. And I like there's some CGI characters and such in there, but this one was like I guess also because he's so infrequently shown that it just became that much more noticeable since with him being like having so much screen time in that episode. Thought that was interesting. Ooh. Even the shape of his hand, I think his mouse is too big. Oh, yeah, yeah. A little bit of a lag there. Alright, got that framed. The line art. Ooh. Ooh. Oops. Yeah, I won't have time to get to work on this one tonight. I think probably Jess will have time to work on line art. Finish however much I can. Ugh, comics take a lot out of me. That's why when I open commissions, I won't do comics right away. This character's fun because of his, well, he has a very unique head shape compared to other characters in my friend's style, and I like kind of a, I learned from his style. And this character's head is, he has no net, well, like it's kind of like his head just kind of like a light bulb screwed on, just kind of like doesn't have like the defined chin bit. So like Ed from Ed and Eddie, that's kind of a good kind of visual comparison for how these characters' heads are shaped. Oh, same thing with that character. Kind of though, he's kind of has like a bit, but that cheek bit that differentiates it more than this one's. Yeah, that's a very kind of like long head shape. Whereas the other characters have more like a rounded head shape. It's more of a triangle or cone. Do 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 do. Ugh. Well, I shoot my light. Yeah, sorry about that. Might see if I can live stream again to work on this some more. This is a fun one because, and also because I feel bad that I haven't been able to do much in it, just because of how much there is to it in one stream. I am getting towards the end there. Like my energy level's kind of getting towards the end. There's the tongue. I'll go until 9 my time and then call it quits for tonight. And we'll see when I can pick up on this. Probably won't be next Saturday, unless I'm lucky. See if I could do it something before then, but no promises. I just love drawing these characters, though. Actually, working on another little small thing with this dog character here, Dr. Max Himmel, and my Wolfsky character. That's a little tiny gift for that friend of mine. I love drawing gifts for people. I do need to get to draw my own stuff at some point. I did draw one actually thing that was just for me today. Also kind of like my coloring warm up too. You'll still in this picture I didn't include the bits of white under the eye. Still love this picture though. Should draw the ears while I'm up here. Also, I think the song Filthy by Justin Bieber is a steaming pile of garbage. Just putting that out there. That song is so bad. I still didn't see his Super Bowl performance, and I don't really care to. I just know that song is awful. That was the opener for the show, so that alright, is an ill omen. Don't know if I'd ever live stream playing. I probably wouldn't, but I mean, just kind of live streaming Overwatch. I think it's better to be good at the game and not just an overall beginner. Um, so that might be just something I do with pals. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they could stream because my friend is a good player. He's played it since launch, I believe, or like closer to launch. So he's had a lot of time in that. But I did learn today because I didn't know what this was. Like there's like the term in online gaming, like particularly online gaming, called smurfing, where experienced players will make new accounts just so they can use their skill against beginning players. So, not that he would do that. He would never do that. So I don't know how we would mitigate that. Probably do some more private matches, or I definitely need to play on my own too to get up my level, because I wouldn't want us to be too lopsided. I mean, it's not like I'm not new to shooters in the slightest, but I am new to that one. So we'll see what we can do about that. If I do get when I do get Overwatch. But I need a lot of practice. I still need to do his arms. Oh, and finish a bit of his lab coat. The last bound over, I should just do the flip sides of saying which character I like the most so far. The character I like the least so far, just out of aesthetics, I really do not like Roadhog. Just so big and creepy looking with the tattoos and the bout and the bulging and then the just not liking that. I'm trying to see which characters can be my mains. Well, at least get a main from at least one from each class. And since this one's a comic, I'll probably just be doing it when I can, since it's just gonna take a while to finish. Oh, comics are a lot of work. can't remember what like the dog character I'm coloring. This guy, Dr. Max Himmel. I forgot what his field of research is. I know Dr. Itka is a botanist, but I can't remember what Dr. Himmel is. Should ask my friend. I think he's in chemistry, but I don't know for sure. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I need to fix that line. That finger does not look right. So I just wanted to end the stream on a good song. Well, for me, we can't hear it, but. Were you wondering I picked Perfume by Britney Spears? Like I should have got like a smaller piece for the stream, but I haven't done a comic on stream, and I don't know how since when the last time that I did one. I do have an old sketch that I do need color eventually. Well, I have quite a few sketches that are old that I need color, but there's one in particular that could have done. I'll try to change things up. Almost there. Alright. That's a good place to stop for tonight. Okay. So I'll keep working on this when I can. Got some good headway on with the line art. Just a lot though. Pretty tired. Alright, I want to thank everyone for watching live on Twitch or later on YouTube. Or on Twitch. Well, both and all that. Hope you guys like what you see. If you want to look at more art, you can find me Super Genji on DVR or Gaming Genji on Tumblr and Twitter and on Facebook. Just want to thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you all next time.